or on the go with your smartphone or tablet. Shows like Family Guy, Once Upon a Time, New Girl, Scandal, and more. Right now, you can try Hulu Plus free for 2 weeks when you go to huluplus.com/TMOS or click the banner on our website. That's huluplus.com/TMOS. Timpani, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
All right, it's the last. It's the second to last day in
The
Gull
penultimate
Cottage.
day, Mike. It's the penultimate day.
The humidity and the just the experience is beginning to fray my already frazzled nerves.
I can't believe that you're up there in Maine and it's humid and you're unhappy with the weather. Do you know what it's like in D.C. today?
What is it like?
62, cool and clear.
Crispy.
Okay, here's the question. We have had steady, nonstop rain, and
Right.
As of about half an hour ago, the rain moved out of here, and we were told by the weatherman
Oh, that guy?
that voice.
Yeah.
Here we are looking at the coast. I wasn't told by a voice coach. I was told by a radio guy, like by a program director. I was told, open up your sinus pad.
Right.
When you're speaking, relax and like that. And you get these broadcasters, and there are a lot of them on TV, especially women. Hate to say that, but it's true.
How dare you?
You listen to women on some of these broadcasts, and they like 5 after 4. It's
yeah.
like that's
and what
the
about
way.
Mike? What about that woman, Sean Anderson?
Sean Anderson actually probably keeps it open like that. What Sean Anderson does is has a pronunciation problem with A words.
Such as?
Hey.
The loss. Hear that word?
Loss.
Yeah.
Back of the throat. The Los Angeles Dodgers. Sean would pronounce it as the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Dodgers. Is it a
Right.
Midwest thing?
I have no idea where it came from. I remember when I hired him at WYRE, he did it. And then, I don't know
Mike,
if
is
Sean
that
never...
an accent that is native to the seventh circle of hell?
WYRE, where your friends are. Sean, Cla. That he would flatten out the law sound. He wouldn't do
Right.
the law.
Law.
But anyway, I'm all over the place here because we are supposed to have sunny skies. It is just broken here.
Yes.
And the temperature has gone up like 20 degrees. And I
Oh.
thought that when the rain goes through, the cold front comes in, and it's supposed to be hunky-dory.
Right.
But it's damp, it's humid, it's warm, and it's just... I'm ready for artificial air. That's what I'm ready for. I'm ready.
Something that's been electronically cooled and purified.
Electronic comfort that I can do at the push of a button. You know where I'm going to. We live in that. That's
Yes.
you
Yeah.
go from the home to the car, and you're not outside of that for more than 10 minutes or so. So it's become very, very frustrating. But I think it'll be A-okay. I'm also ready to get out of a bed at night that makes a sound like... probably the sound you would hear on the Viking ships crossing the North Atlantic.
Creaking a little
back
creaking.
then. Oh my God! It's like now. Look, I know thyself. We've discussed it.
Sure.
I know my size. But I swear to God, I've got one more night. In Ben Franklin's bed, and I'm going to tell you this. I know that when I get in that bed, I got one more night. I'm just saying a prayer. I move very delicately. I don't throw and hurl myself around. Now, Rob, you're a large man.
Yes.
You know that when large people are in bed,
Yes.
we throw ourselves around.
Well, Mike,
in order to
what happens-
move the girth, you have to throw your arms over and you throw your feet
Mike,
out of the bed.
It begins when you enter the bed because you can
Yeah.
really only control it for the first half of the descent.
Well, you have an LZ, a landing zone.
That's right,
Right,
and you have to aim right. Now, I have to ask, is the bed that you're on in Gull Cottage, does
Yes.
it have a frame or
Yeah.
does it have slats?
It has. I don't know what it. I haven't looked underneath it. I know that it's got a wooden frame.
Then it
that
probably
just
has
goes-
slats, and the problem is the slats are perhaps a
Well, hold
bit
on.
aged.
Hold on.
Weeping
just a second.
willows.
We've got the bed right here. We've
Oh,
got
good.
the bed right here. Come on in, bed.
Oh, here comes. This will be
step
exciting.
right
This is Mike's bed up in Gull Cottage.
Hello.
Oh, hi, bed.
I remember when he first got into the bed and I said, Jesus Christ, what hast thou wrought? My God, Herbert Taft did not.
William Howard Taft.
William Howard Taft.
Herbert Taft, his fatter brother, maybe. You know what,
Did not
Ben?
call us.
Ben, you don't know history.
I know. I'm getting,
Mr. Slack.
Ben is leaving.
Oh, bye,
Goodbye.
Ben.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like? I'm coming back. Thank you. Yes,
Very
and
ambulatory for a
And
Ben.
all your years of living as you are the main timber, did you
Yes.
ever experience this type of stress this past 2 weeks?
No, he's a constant whiner. He is a constant whiner and mover, and he smokes these electronic cigars.
Oh,
damn!
Mr. Slats, I'm sorry.
He's gone.
God, what did you call me, Mr. Slats?
Yes.
Yes, I am Mr. Slats.
Johnny Slats.
I'm Johnny Slats, the 1850s bed. Hello, hello.
Have you ever caught the Timber Tina show at 7?
Oh, it's my favorite show. It's right up on Route 3.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Timbertina. Yes, 7 o'clock every night. It's the main lumberjack show.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yes,
Oh,
very talented
So
young
long,
lady.
Johnny.
Bye,
There
Slats.
you go.
Johnny Slats. 18
Rob, did you have another question since that seems to be the theme of this bit?
I was going to ask a question. I know that you are a housing Mr. Mike O'Mara, and that must be a thrill. Do you
Oh,
also
what a
have-
whiner. What a whiner and complainer. Captain Complain, as I like to call him.
over the past 170 years or so, have you ever housed larvae or any bugs?
Yes, quite a few. Yes. Hello. As a matter of fact, Mr. and Mrs. Carpenter are dear friends of mine.
Oh, the Carpenter ants?
Yes, the Carpenter ants. Thank you.
So long,
Thank you very
Slats.
much. But you know what makes it special? As I sit here in this
Mr.
studio.
Slats.
Oh, wait.
Yes,
Can
Oh,
we
I'm
have him
so
back?
sorry.
Hello, yes, it's Mr. Slats. Yes, Oscar, what can I do for
What are
you?
your thoughts on wood glue?
Wood glue. Not a fan.
Not a fan?
Not a fan. You should actually have your joints put together and fit in like a puzzle piece. That's how it should work.
Ah.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. All right. Anyway, so as I look across right
Hey, is
now,
he still handy to the door? Because I had a question.
you want first?
Johnny,
Yes, it's Mr. Slats, John Slats.
when is the last time someone made love in you?
I don't believe that's ever happened in that day.
Really? That's
No,
a
thank you.
shock.
Oh,
He's back.
Sorry, I did have one answer to that question.
good.
Yes. I think it was in the early 1900s. A local politician made love to himself in that bed. Thank you.
Could have
All
been
right,
Herbert
enough of that.
Taft.
oh Harding.
All right, he's gone. He's waddling down the hallway with his 4-poster.
He's going
That's
to
what he's
prepare.
doing.
Does he have a canopy?
Oh, yeah.
Canopy. No, he does not. Let's start the damn show.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
You know something, Junior? You don't know how to run your plate. You're 32 years old, you don't know how to run your plate. The omelet is supposed to come out even with the bread.
Told you I don't want all that bread. You made me too much bread. You always make me too much bread.
And you don't even dip your bread. I made the omelet nice and soft in the middle so you could dip your bread.
Get out of my eggs.
A little bit of hot pepper on it.
You stop putting hot pepper on my eggs?
You don't even butter your bread. Look, no jelly? Here. This nice jelly Antoinette made. Apricot and pineapple. Oh, nice. Here.
I told you I don't want that much bread. Don't you understand? I've been telling you that for 100 years. You love bread. I don't love bread. I like bread. Do you understand I gotta watch my weight? Didn't you learn anything from Salvatore? 39 the man was. 39 years old and he's dead, Dom. And that killed him.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
From the movie Fatso.
Yes.
That's Ron Carey. Was that the name of the actor?
Exactly. You knew him as the young policeman on Barney Miller as well.
Yeah, wonderful actor with Dom DeLuise in the movie Fatso. A movie that's terrible that Rob and I love because it's about fat people.
Exactly.
Live From the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios and heard worldwide, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 24 million downloads, heard it daily at MikeO'MaraShow.com and exclusively over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
Ron Carey played Officer Levitt. It took me a minute to remember it, but Officer
Levitt. You and I are both getting the same way, where we go, and
Exactly.
we stammer, and we can't think of the words. I couldn't even think, when you were talking about Canopy,
Yes.
it took me like 5 seconds to say cameo. It was a cameo appearance by a Canopy. It was very strange.
Mike, I know one thing, though. One name that you will always remember is, of course, Ambrosia Amlong.
Ooh, wow.
That's a pretty
Is she
sexy
little-
name, isn't it?
Is she a little longer in the tooth, perhaps?
Who
or-
knows? But I know that she's the pride of Iowa City, Iowa, and she is our KCJJ listener of the day. Hello, Ambrosia.
Ambrosia Amlong.
We actually use her soundboard.
We do.
Wow.
Exactly. She's
Ambrosia.
hot in the world of apps.
There you
The
go.
Mike O'Mara Show is a daily podcast and radio show with the greatest listeners on the planet. Why?
Why?
Because they get it. The show is brought to you today by our friends at Encore. This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show brought to you by Encore. Now, you know that you need to have life insurance, but you keep stalling. Am I right? Right?
Right. And there's no need.
You put that in there on purpose. You do.
I
There's
do.
a right.
I love
There
it.
is a right at the beginning of every commercial. Well, there is no time like the present. Put off your procrastination until tomorrow because the future is now. And don't worry, because Encore Insurance is there to help. Encore surveys the most highly rated companies in the insurance industry to compare premiums. Encore does all the work so you don't have to. It's all free. There is no obligation, and no salesman will visit you. Do us a favor. Give Encore a try, not just for us, but for you.
Do it for you.
Call toll-free 866-347-5748 to get a free life insurance quote. If you prefer computers, just visit smartterm.com. Let me spell it out for you. It's SMARTTERM.com. That's SMARTTERM.com. That's where you'll find the license disclaimer and quality customer service. Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Stop paying too much for life insurance. Protect your family the smart way at smartterm.com.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Good to be back with you, gentlemen, again today. And as we speak, I know I bitched at the beginning of the show about the temperatura. I can actually feel the cool air moving in right now, and we're getting what you guys already got down there in Washington D.C. Right?
That, the weather is, I won't say severe, but it is more sudden in Maine than any place we've ever been, and you
Yeah, it
can
changes
really
very
feel
quickly.
you can feel it changing.
Yeah, and it's scary when you're out on the water and it
Yeah, I
does
guess
that.
so.
because
I got
you
your
never know.
forecast for Fort Myers next week.
I have
today's forecast for you. Yes, go ahead.
Thunderstorms all week long.
Nice.
Well, that's been since June. That's the standard weather down in Fort Myers. As a matter of fact, it's probably 91 to 93 with thunderstorms every day. Is
Oh
that
my
right?
God, yeah, that's exactly what it says.
Yeah, somebody told me
91
that.
and cloudy, just like your neighbor.
It's Hi, all right.
At least
Well,
there's not a
them
chance of meatballs.
are- None of them are going to be there.
Oh, yes,
none,
there
none of
is.
them are going to be there. And now I'm going to go back and tell them that I am them. I'm going to tell them that I'm coming up here again next
How will
year
you
in May.
How will you make the announcement? Will you call a meeting?
Hello? I'd like to gather you all around and let you know that next year, I too will be a snowbird. We're going to spend more time in Maine. Mrs. O'Mara loves Maine, so we're going to be spending more time here. I rediscovered my family on this pilgrimage, and I
And
will
they
tell
you, Mike. They
Well,
you
Rob,
as well.
it's something about roots. Oscar and
What a great
Rob,
movie.
you both
Great
are,
miniseries, yes.
You're talking to me from D.C. because, above all else, you have the core of your family in that area.
Exactly.
And
True.
I have been a nomad for my entire adult life. Ever since I graduated, I would come home even. Well, I'm going to
Well,
go
you
back
took
as
the
far as-
fast track to fame.
Exactly. He rode the roller coaster.
Yeah.
No, what I did was I went to school far away from my home. I went from Hartford, Connecticut, down to Washington,
How did
D.C.
that
to
work
go to
out?
American University.
Because I know you spent 1 year as Bill O'Reilly's roommate at Marist, and that was
Two.
local, right? 2 years
2
at
years.
Marist.
Yep.
But
Transferred
then
to
how
my
did
junior year to American University.
Was it a familial suggestion for you to get far away, or did you choose to go far away?
No, I never told. I don't know if I ever told this
You never
story on
have.
the air. But the fact is, when I went to Marist,
Right.
everybody sounded like Bill O'Reilly, and I'm not exaggerating,
Nah.
but more of a New York accent than Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly is, I think, a Long Island guy,
I think so.
and everybody that went to Marist, at least when I was there, the vast majority of the students were Long Island. And I equate it with moving to a neighborhood where you're the only one that isn't from a certain area.
Okay.
And that's how I felt. It was, I mean, really, it was like, hey, Brew, how about those Yankees? Yeah, that's a pisser. And I made lots of friends when I was there, and there were other students from other areas, but the majority of students at Marist College for the 2 years that I was there were Long Island guys that all were like, Yankees, New York, how are you?
You must have been in heaven.
I hated it. I effing hated it. I hated them. I hated it. I hated the experience. And it was probably the fact that I also thought, you know, I didn't feel like I was getting what I needed to get out of the communications program.
Right. Did you enjoy good grades there?
I did. And I decided because of that, I would transfer out and go to a better school.
Right.
And, you know, not that at the time, I don't know, I guess AU was better than Marist, but AU was in a city, and I never regretted going to a city school where, you know, you were in the, you know, close to Washington, D.C., and that's where I started my career, and I never looked back. But the point I was trying to make, guys, is that I never, you know, I left my family. Mm-hmm. I missed funerals. I missed weddings. I missed everything because I was working and I was so far away. And because of the fact that we can do what we do now with the technology that we have, and we can do it anywhere, I looked at this opportunity to kind of reconnect with my roots, specifically my sister and
Sure.
my niece and nephew. And I realized, and Carla fell in love with it too, and it's something special up here.
That's
so,
sweet.
you know, that's
great.
That's going to be the game plan that, you know, that this allows me to do. And I'm really, really lucky to do it. I sure won't be doing it from Gull Cottage, though.
No,
That's
of course
for
not.
sure.
Well, you know, you
Won't
live
be
and
doing
you
it from
learn. You
Gull
live and you
Cottage.
learn.
But
Now,
it is,
a question,
but it is
though.
special.
Why did you choose D.C. if you had no roots here?
Well,
Why
colleges that accept you, you know that dance.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was part of
I
it.
remember when I went down to the mail, I was trying to get into Boston University, and I was really, really, really excited about the idea of you know, of getting into Boston BU, as they call it. And,
Right.
Unfortunately, BU said no, and their communications department.
That's what the letter actually said?
I got rejected by all the big communications programs. I got rejected by Boston University. I got rejected by Ithaca College.
Syracuse?
And Syracuse rejected me as well. I was accepted at two places. There was American University, where I eventually went to transfer.
Right.
And the other one was VCU.
Hey!
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I was accepted to
forgot about
VCU.
that. Well, who wasn't?
Well, VCU kind of, they send out offer letters is what they do. You don't even have to apply.
Is that a high school diploma?
Please
right.
join us.
Come
Join
on
us. Join
by.
us.
Now,
So,
actually,
yeah.
you do have to present like a title to a car. That's what you need to get into VCU.
Your car is your credit.
Exactly. Your car.
Well, you've heard that. VCU, your cause, your acceptance. But yes, that's it. It was where I got accepted, and they had a good communications program, and it was fun, and I loved being in the. And as soon as I moved into my dorm, I was on McDowell Terrace at American University,
Sure.
which is on the bottom floor,
Named after
and-
Roddy McDowell.
No, it certainly wasn't. It was almost where they put the misfits of the school, and you know, I was a transferring junior, so
Nobody wants a Charlie in the box.
welcome to the dorm of misfit toys. And I walked in, and there were these guys from my home state, a bunch of guys from Connecticut.
Oh, that's right.
And I hit it off with these guys, and because I'm me, I never maintained contact with them over the years.
Sure.
But, I was transported from being in a very uncomfortable, never feeling like I belonged environment to immediately walking into this dorm room and feeling a connection. And these guys, and I swear to God, this was the year of Animal House. This was right around when Animal House was coming out.
Sure.
And I will tell you something. These guys, it was not a frat house, but it could have been, because this was a band of brothers. You had guys wandering around. You had different characters, and they were all kind of in that Animal House mode. And we were known to have the best parties on campus, and we were also known to have a little bit of a way with the ladies.
Look at you. Yeah,
Yes,
there you
sirree.
go.
And I like that. But then, because I was a junior transfer student, I got a series of unusual roommates, including my roommate Ingvar from Denmark.
Ingvar.
Ingvar.
Oh,
that
that's
be
right. I remember this guy.
INGVAR? Ingvar?
I think so.
Okay.
Ingvar with a V.
Yeah,
Ingvar with a V.
It sounds it sounds like before on a jumble. Sounds like you could rearrange. Let me see if I can make something out of that word.
Yeah, Ingvar. Ingvar was the problem with Ingvar is he did not share the rest of the dorm's wonderful sense of humor. He was a great student, studied all the time.
God
but,
forbid he's there to study.
Well, you know what? Hey, it ain't Harvard, pal. That's the way I looked at it. And man, did we have a good time. We really, really had a good time. And then I wasn't there all that long. I actually ended up moving off campus because I was a junior and I was ready to do that type of thing. And I actually spent I think a semester, maybe 2, in Bethesda, where I lived in a house on Cromwell Drive in Bethesda. I really did.
I've come up
that.
with 2 words. Vargan,
Right.
well, it could be like virgin or vargin.
That's
or,
not a real word, so
no,
it
it's
doesn't
not.
count.
Graven. No, I don't know that I can make a word out of this. Raving. Raving. You can make raving out of Ingvar. There you are.
Yeah, you can make raving, and it was raving, and it was just it was an awakening time for me as well. I had some wonderful experiences, and it was great.
Did you come alive, Mike?
But I came alive. But then my career found me, and I spent the rest of my career in the Washington, D.C. area, and I never got back. And my sister was up here, and my mom was up here, and my cousins were up here. And so the idea of reconnecting with some of this family and seeing their kids now.
Right.
And, I'm looking right now in my front yard at my cousin Teddy's son, his young son, 7-year-old Cade, who just went in and grabbed a baseball out of the front of the yard here. I mean, that's what I'm experiencing here, and
That's
I see those
very
guys.
cool.
I was doing play-by-play.
What's he doing
for
on
their
your
baseball.
property?
Get over there!
What's
Get
he doing?
over
He's getting
there.
tetanus is what he's doing.
So that's why I'm here, and that's the way I feel. But I cannot.
Uncle Mike's house. Your baseball's on Mike's lawn. Go get it.
Get off my lawn!
So I'm happy. I'm happy that I was able to do this. But if I had been anywhere else, if I hadn't had the family connection, I would have been out of here like poop through a goose, because I would not have stayed in this environment. And it just one thing after the other, and so that's
It's
where
a
we
shame
are.
because Gold Cottage is so close to your favorite thing in the world, which is your family's house.
Yes.
And you got a week and a few days in the family house, and it was wonderful.
like 7 days.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Well, it was
And
wonderful because you guys, when we had that week of transition, and I guess this is a retrospective looking back on the time up here. You guys being up here is a huge part of it too. I love having you guys come up because it's a lot of fun, and I
Well, we
hope
love
that,
being there.
You consider this kind of a vacation destination for yourselves sometimes, even though it's a workation, as they say.
it
That's
was
the way
lots of
goes.
fun, though. It was a tremendous time for Robert too. I
Right.
think we were talking the furthest north he'd ever been before he went to Maine was Baltimore. So I mean, it was a brand new experience.
And he'd
for
never
him.
been antiquing in New England.
That's right, and he never actually shared a house with an asshole.
Now you're going to have to be edited there.
That's true, but the
This is
thought
true.
is very true.
Now, I talk about Dick Queasy. You know that I've done the Dick Queasy, but yesterday, because I hope I don't run out of time here in the first break, one of the things I need to do is take a piece of equipment back to the cable company because the person that owns the house wants to go back to the way the old one was because there's a system that's put together.
No.
Anyway, to
Be
make a long story
specific,
short,
Mike, the piece of equipment is a butter churn.
I have to drive to Bangor yesterday, which is an hour away, because I have to get this thing back to make it the way it was. Just add it to the list. I told Oscar that this morning. But I will tell you, the joy of doing that, we didn't have anything better to do. It was fine. It was a rainy day. It was a rainy Monday in Maine. I didn't care. We're driving up there.
Not a bad drive, a lengthy drive, but a pleasant drive.
You would think, and really, I've tried to keep it together as far as being on the roads, and you would think that the people up here, with the lack of population, with the lack of population density, you don't have the traffic issues, you would think that they would be behaved on the road.
Sure.
I was tailgated yesterday more times than I can remember, to the point where I did the old windshield wiper trick because the person was too close to me. I did the slow down trick, which you're not supposed to do because that's a road rage
What is the
issue.
windshield wiper trick?
Oh, if you get tailgated?
Oh, you've never done this before?
Oh, my boy,
Yeah.
boy. You don't know. You know why he doesn't do this? Because he goes like 11 miles an hour.
Yeah, Mike,
He
because
doesn't-
I'm the fault at everything. Can you just explain the trick?
No, hey,
you're
calm
a
down.
cautious driver. That's not
No,
a
you-
bad
you-
thing.
Rob, you drive slowly. You
Yeah.
don't speed. I've
So
never
if
seen
that
you
was-
speed.
So if that
have
was
you
the
ever
case,
sped?
Yes.
Have you ever sped?
Yes, I have. But if that was the case, then I would get tailgated more than you.
Yes, this is true.
So your logic is flawed.
No, you probably go at such a
Don't
speed.
help, Oscar.
At such a speed that people pass you that you're like, oh, people are passing me anyways. You don't
Well, wait a
notice
minute.
that they're
we'll
swerving
prove it right
around
now.
you.
Rob, you've been tailgated.
Of course.
Lots of times, I would imagine.
Yes,
right?
by grand people and by jerks.
But you are the jolly one, and you are the nice person, and so you probably don't. And you're not like me, so you probably don't get as lit up unless you're being disparaged on the show. That's when you get angry.
But what is the windshield wiper trick?
Oh, that guy
The
must be in
windshield-
a hurry. Oh, I'll let him pass. I'm not in a hurry.
That's right.
I like it when you.
The
don't
only
look at
time
him.
that I
I like it when you don't look at him.
I wish you would pass.
The windshield wiper trick, Rob. If anybody's ever tailgating you, you put your wiper spray on, and it covers the other car with the wiper spray.
How
and they have to
badly
use
aimed
theirs.
is your wiper spray?
No, you don't know this. It happens automatically with the wind.
The
It
wind will
blows
carry
it
it
back.
back
Try
to
it.
your car.
Try it with. You might have your wife follow you if you want to go. If you want to have it proven, Einstein, go out and try. It's not. It's not
you
where
know
the
what?
wipers are.
Now you
are
see, there's a variant on this trick that my Uncle Dave used to do at the beach, where if
Okay.
you take a pin and put it in your nozzle, no, don't isolate that. Put it in the nozzle of your squirter for the
Yeah.
windshield, and you can turn it 90 degrees to the right.
I know this trick.
And as you drive
actually-
down the boardwalk, you can squirt women in bikinis.
Oh.
Hold on. Rob, the old ones, you didn't even need the pin needle. The old ones,
You could
like,
just
my
twist?
My buddy Joey Pasker had a Toyota pickup truck, and a used Toyota. This is 1970s. This is a 1970s pickup truck when Toyotas first came out
Right.
with pickup trucks.
Uh-huh.
And he turned, we did this all the time. He turned his windshield wiper spray on, and we would go out in front of the ground round and wait till closing time. This is,
Of course.
because Joey and I both, well, I'm revealing too much here. Joey and I both were able to, let's just say, enjoy an adult beverage or two
Sure.
in establishments, because Joey was a big guy, tall drink of water, and I had these fabulous Irish red sideburns. And
my
so,
God.
Well, the
if
ground
we get-
round's
we-
motto, we don't card.
We'd roll out to the Friendlies or the Mickey D's, have our little late night. You know, we weren't getting any, so we
Wait.
were together in the truck. And then we would drive by closing time at the ground round where we weren't allowed in because they carded us.
On Wisconsin?
No, the ground round in Connecticut,
Oh, okay.
in my hometown of Connecticut. And we'd turn, Joey's, we would turn those around, and we would sit far enough back. This thing shot so far, it was great.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we
it's
would
like a
be
water
far-
pick.
Well, we had it down to a science. We knew exactly where we could stand. And we got caught by people maybe once, and we did it like 8 or 9 times. We got caught maybe once because somebody was really smart enough to like track where it was coming from.
Right.
But really, it was this fine mist, and you'd see people, and everybody's coming out. They're having like a cigarette, and they're hanging out, and they're getting ready to leave, and it's closing time at the bar. And sometimes we did it when it was crowded. They had a good band, and they were lined up out up front. We would we would do it then too. It was the most fun because no one would know where it was coming from because he arced it. And you would see these
Beautiful.
women in their little sundresses, and I'm like, okay, hit it now. And you'd see them talking to each other, and then they go, oh, what was that?
Hey,
I remember
Dice!
that. It was what?
Hey, Dice, I don't know what you're doing, Dice. There you go.
Stop it.
Well, I
Fantastic.
make you this promise. On the ride
Yes.
home tonight, this afternoon, I will check the aiming of my squirter and
Right.
see if it does indeed go over the back. I
Well,
never
when we come
realized
back,
that it does.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I will tell you, returning the cable box was a joy for me for one reason only. You get to hear the Maine accent in its natural habitat.
Oh, great.
And you get to hear old people with Maine accents talking about cable TV, which slayed me. I hope it slays you. We're going to take a break. Come back right after this.
Do you love your iPhone? Do you love your iPad? Do you love your Android? Do you love your Nexus 7?
Did you play Atari?
Did you program the TRS-80?
Do you love technology?
We all do. And more importantly, do you love entertainment?
Yes. And if you do all those and above, or whatever I'm trying to say, you should listen to Tech 411.
That's right, Tech 411 show with Oscar Santana and
Todd Moore.
Bring It.
Let's try it. That was fair.
More Broadcasting. For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
If you can get past that promo, new show coming out today. We recorded last night.
Wow. Any new
completely
promos?
sober.
Any new promos?
No, we thought about it.
It's good that you thought
Th-
about
that
it.
Then went to
Can
dinner.
I put in a request? You know how I put in requests of Rob? The next time you guys, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, this is great because you will do this when you are in your cups with Todd Moore.
Chess.
If you have a really late night with Todd,
Yeah.
can you make sure that you guys record a promo when you guys are half in the bag?
We could do that.
Just
Those
do it
were
on your
half in the
phone.
bag.
Just do it on your phone.
You know, we could do it out there.
And then I
It
can,
would work. It
and
would
just
work.
send it to
Yeah,
me
yeah,
and I
okay.
can do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that means we'll get it sooner than
Are
later.
you, are you white and rich? Are you Latin and want to be rich? Then you should listen to Tech 411.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment is brought to you by Sleep Number Beds.
Yeah.
Oh, Sleep Number Bed, how do I miss thee? Let me count the ways. I miss you a million ways. At times, I weep.
So
Yes.
sad.
And I bet my Sleep Number Bed misses me too because it cares about me. Yes, it does. It cares so much that it makes me sleep better than ever. I've never had sleep like this before the Sleep Number Bed. Oh, Sleep Number, I'll come home to you soon. Please wait up for me because I know you care. You see, Sleep Number has introduced the smartest bed in the world. It is the Sleep Number Bed with Sleep IQ technology. Sensors work with the dual air technology inside the bed to track and optimize how you're sleeping. Sleep IQ allows you to make changes like adjusting your sleep number setting or your daily routine for your best possible sleep. There is nothing to wear. There is nothing to turn on. All you have to do is sleep. It is that easy. Now remember, my sleep number setting is an 80, Carlos is an 85, and there's only one place in the world to find the Sleep Number Bed with Sleep IQ technology, and that is a Sleep Number store. Come in right now where a C2 Queen mattress with Sleep IQ technology starts at just $999.98. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. That number again, 800-511-0061. And don't forget to tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. And yesterday, as I mentioned before, just trying to get... Look, I know Oscar's saying I shouldn't bother with it, I shouldn't do it. But the fact is, just because I've had a questionable experience doesn't mean I'm not going to leave this place the way I found it. And that's
True.
That's the way I roll. And that's
Well, you know
that's
what
just
you've
the way
always
it's gonna
told
be.
me, Mike. Leave only footprints. Take only
Yeah.
memories.
Thank you.
Yeah, but this is the type
What?
of situation where you have a security deposit, correct?
I think so.
Yeah. This is the
See
type of
how he sweats the
situation.
details?
Yeah. That
Well, I don't
if you
sometimes.
don't
You
make
know
a
me.
stink now, this is the type of person, and I don't know them, but I've been in rental situations like this.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you know what, I'm going to be a good guy here. And then you go home, you're like, I never got that check from the security deposit. And then you call the person, and then that person says, yeah, the plumbing wasn't working, or we used it to call the pest control person. You're like, hello?
Yeah, that's your house.
Yeah, it's your house. That's the small things that in the long run, if you're too nice, they come back and bite you in the
And
ass.
Well, here it is.
furthermore,
Here-
this is like giving a kid an A when he doesn't deserve an
True.
A. Let them know that your experience was not satisfactory.
There's a difference.
In what way?
There's a difference. And that is, this is my town. Okay? I'm not going to worry about it.
You're from
because-
away.
Hold on, I'm from away. That's true. I like it. I like it when Oscar uses the main term, and he did it in anger.
Yeah,
I
he
love
yelled
that.
it. I
That's
think it was best
fantastic.
that he
You're
yelled
not
it.
from there.
You're from away.
You are from
No,
away.
but everybody up here hangs out and knows everybody. So don't worry. This situation.
Let everybody know not to rent that cottage.
Don't have to. Already told my family. I already
good.
told my family. That's like taking it. That's like driving down the street in one of those old-fashioned bullhorns. You know, like the one you see on the top of the Bluesmobile. You know?
That's right.
Attention, everybody! Attention, everybody! Don't. Anyway, it is
It's
what
time
it is.
to get out and vote for Peterson.
I'll let you know, Peterson. I'll let you know if there's any fallout. So, yesterday, because I have to take this one piece of equipment back for the cable system,
Right.
So that so it can be modified the way it was modified. I figured, as opposed to waiting for snail mail or waiting for UPS, I'll just drive up there. We'll make a day of it. We'll take my son up, and we'll go out and we'll just crap around up there which is the biggest city next to where we live, which is not all that big a city, but it's the biggest one we have up in
Right.
Bangor, Maine.
Right.
And incidentally, home of Stephen King, by the way.
Hey.
And Stephen King, who I happen to be reading Stephen King's latest novel. I haven't read a Stephen King book in years.
Is it the book about the guy that rents the house that's falling apart and
No,
goes
it's
crazy?
No, are you trying to get me? I want to just get out of here peacefully.
It was
This is one of those
It
rare times where I want to be peaceful. Thank you very much.
Simply
It's
a joke.
easy when you're sitting down there, Mr. Man.
It is.
But when you're living it, up
I
here.
know.
Yeah, but we're worried about you. We want to
Yes.
make sure you're okay.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I'm
not being
being-
attacked by bugs or something.
You know what? 24 a little over 24 hours from now, I'm in my car and I'm out of here. That is, if I successfully am able to pull the boat out of the water.
Oh,
without
you still
destroying
haven't
my
done
vehicle.
that
Oh, my
yet?
God, not yet?
I will be doing it today with my cousin Billy. Billy and I and my sister.
Billy's a good. He's like a sailor. He knows what he's doing.
Billy knows how to do it, and I'm going to be doing it. My sister's going to be there with an extra set of eyes. I've got some hands on it. We're going to, and Kathy will probably just be sitting in the truck and making sure.
Don't you miss Manassas these times when you can't just drive around your local 7-Eleven, pick up some of my people, and say, "Let's
Yeah.
do this."
You wave
Vámonos.
wave a 20 in the air and the boat's out of the water.
I could have used local people to do this, but I decided that it's something I will be doing again.
I
It's
didn't see
something I would
one
like to know.
Latino up there.
I saw one.
Me.
That's right.
That was just me.
Oh,
You didn't see any Latinos up here?
No.
Exactly.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. I make a joke.
I never really
make
felt
a
out of
joke.
place, but I know I got some hairy eyeballs.
You did not.
Somebody said, "¿Cómo estás?" And I said, "Nice to meet you." And they were like, "Oh,
who
you speak
said
English?"
Como estás to
Who
you?
said you are lying?
That's
You have
not
your lying
true.
face
No.
on. I know your lying face.
No.
Your eyebrows
It's not-
go.
it's
Your
not-
eyebrows go up to your Kim
No.
Jong Un
Como
hairline when you do
estás?
that.
His eyes sparkle.
Rob Ford and I went down to the dock to actually fly the drone. It was just Rob Ford and I.
Are you talking? Are you saying even worse that it happened on the point?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It happened here.
Yes,
Somebody
yes.
said.
Yeah.
Somebody said como.
Yeah, yes. It was an older gentleman from a
my
previous
God.
generation, maybe the greatest generation.
Oh
And he
my
said, he walked
God.
up, he spoke English at first. He goes, "Oh, you're from around here?" I was like, for some reason I gave up. I was like, "Well, I was actually born in Bolivia, but I grew up in the States."
Okay.
And he said, "¿Cómo estás?" And I said, "Oh."
Okay, so
he
that's
said it.
a little
He said
different.
it after.
Yeah.
See, you're a conjurer.
Yeah,
You're
no.
a conjurer.
Charming, yeah.
No, I knew what was written on his head. He's like, "Who is this boy working with?"
Who is this boy working with? First of all,
The
because
most
of
the hardest thing about it, Mike, is when the
Yes.
when the man turned to Rob Ford and said, "How much do you pay him?"
Yes. Oh well. Welcome to our fabulous town. That lawn up there isn't going to mow itself now, is it? Yes. Thank you. Thank you very
Speaking of
much.
old timey and Manassas, I'm going to see your neighbor Richard today, actually at 5 p.m.
Why? Why
Your
are you going to see him? Say
all-time
hi
friend.
for me. Yes.
He's so kind. And by the way, if you don't know Richard, you probably heard of him multiple times from Mike.
Sure.
Mike was neighbors with the greatest man that I know, and because he's so kind and so generous.
One of the kindest people, and an absolute phenomenal neighbor, and
Wonderful guy.
And that the snowblower that I talked about for years and years and years, I gave to Richard as my going away present to him for being a great neighbor. And Carla has gone back, I think, twice now to see them.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
great.
go back with her because I'm afraid to see the house that I lived in because I'm afraid they'll tap me on the shoulder and ask me to do something. I'm sorry. That's me. The horrible thing about me being me. I'm sorry about that.
That's
See,
fair.
Mike can say from across the way, "How about the shutters?"
You never mentioned that shutter was loose.
Why are you going to see Richard?
So Richard, and this is what's kind of lost. And you know what? It is lost in our generation and Pony's generation and maybe Mac's generation. I
Sure.
can't speak. I haven't spoken with Mac enough to know that. The follow-up, the courtesy, the call. I had purchased.
Hold on. I'm going to stop you right
No
there.
problem.
Okay.
I see he said it because I was going to guess. So now I know what it is. So I'd be cheating. I would be cheating. But I knew it was something that I was going to have a little pool with you, Rob.
Yeah.
Is it something that benefits Richard or benefits Oscar?
It's actually
Uh,
mutually beneficial, but I would
it's
say
kind
it's
of
about
mutually beneficial, but
65-35 Oscar.
I think Oscar getting the big win here. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Oscar, and tell us why.
I remember when I shoveled that man's walk in the dead of winter.
Don't get
and,
defensive. Just get to your
and
story.
also took the snowblower over at
That's
4
right.
in the morning.
And I remember when,
Yeah.
when Richard came over and said, "Como estás?"
He never did that. Richard calls me on Saturday night and says, "Hey, it's Richard. I want to let you know that your season tickets to the Washington Redskins are in. We should get together and have a beer, maybe have a glass of wine. I'd like to hang out." And I said, "Well, Richard, I'll be in Manassas on Tuesday. Can I swing by on Tuesday anytime? Just let me know when." And he says, "Well, I have some appointments. I'll get back to you." Most people, when they do that, they'll text you. They'll do.
Sure.
Richard calls me not a day later, says, "This is my schedule for Tuesday. And he gave me a full breakdown to give me different times, which I thought was so kind.
Fantastic.
People
Yeah,
don't
he's
do
a
that
responsible
anymore.
guy. He's an
Yeah.
amazingly
And
polite
he's-
and responsible
I said, well,
person.
Richard, does 5 o'clock sound good for you? Because he'll be doing something around 3. And he said, that's perfect. So I'm going to go over, have a beer with him, hang out for a little bit, catch up, and see how the old neighborhood's doing, and then head over to the Man Great Studios.
If you want a little tip for the Richard family,
Yes.
bring them a nice bottle of red wine. They'd like
Good to
that.
know.
You're
Appreciate
a guy
it.
that
I
likes
was
to
just
do that
going to
type of
ask you a
thing,
little
so,
later.
yeah,
I appreciate
like a
it.
cat.
little Cabernet would be perfect.
But what a
so
pleasure.
you're going to be, but here's another thing. This is another cool thing about Oscar. Oscar is now going to be a season ticket
Yes.
holder for your
Washington
team.
Redskins.
And you
I'm
know
not
what's
going to
so-
say that. I won't say the name on this show.
And it's so
yeah,
exciting,
go PC
Mike,
all of a
because
sudden.
I'm supporting the Native Americans.
now
Oscar.
that he has the tickets, he will, on a weekly basis, be a part of the greatest fan experience on earth. Have fun.
Yeah, it should be a lot
First
of fun.
preseason games this Sunday. Oh,
Are
no,
you
2
excited?
Sundays from now. 2 Sundays from
Are
now.
you excited about?
I am.
having
It's the
tickets for this
Patriots.
season? That's
Preseason.
cool.
You can't go wrong.
We're gonna get reports from the stadium. This
Yeah.
is
That's
Oscar's
cool.
never lived this every weekend, and he likes to have an occasional adult beverage. This is gonna be a gold mine of material. I can't wait.
I need DDs all around, please. I'll give you a ticket.
Could you take your bike?
Oh, and I can't ride there.
Hey,
Possibly.
let me ask you this, and I'm talking regular season, not preseason.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Who is the first person you are going
Shannon.
to take? So they're see,
Yes.
see, good boy,
Yeah.
good boy. You make an old man happy.
And I'm taking my old man to the first preseason game.
Oh, that's good.
Goes
That's
Dad, Shannon, Todd.
I told Todd to clear his calendar.
good. We'll take a break and we will come back
I said,
with more
Sundays, you're all mine.
on the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, we've been telling you about Hulu Plus for a very long time. Hulu Plus is absolutely wonderful because you watch your shows on your schedule. Hulu Plus has all the current season episodes of your favorite shows, like 24 Live Another Day, that show that you like so bad,
It
Rob
was
Stewart.
so great. Such a great season. If you missed it, you can watch it now.
The best comedy, as far as I'm concerned, that's produced nowadays, Modern Family. Bob's Burgers, another great show. I Want to Marry Harry, not a very good show, but Rob watched
But
it.
the,
and
the
it's,
reason it's so valuable is they yanked it before the conclusion. I was able to watch all of the episodes because of Hulu Plus.
was it just as dumb all the way through?
Man, the more I drank, the more I liked it.
I love it. I Want to Marry Harry. Check it out. Hey, and soap opera fans, General Hospital, too, on Hulu Plus. Watch every episode of shows like Hell's Kitchen, Survivor, Third Rock from the Sun, there's an oldie but goodie,
Good
and
one.
Pokemon. And even better, Hulu Plus works on your computer, smart TV, your Roku, your Apple TV, Xbox, any device that you stream, you can watch anything you want on there. Rob loves watching Hulu Plus when he's hanging at the pool, pretending to monitor his kids' safety.
That's right. Be careful, kids. I'm watching Third Rock.
Hulu Plus lets you stream all these shows and thousands more as much as you want, whenever you want. You'll also get access to originals that you can't get anywhere else. Check out last summer's breakout hit, Quick Draw, a fully improvised, outrageous comedy set in the Wild West. Season 1 is now streaming, and don't miss Season 2 on August 7th. For only $7.99 a month, get your shows anytime, anywhere. But right now, I'm offering my listeners a 2-week free trial when you go to huluplus.com/TMOS. That's a whole extra week free. Please make sure that you use huluplus.com/TMOS so you get that extended free trial and so that they know that we sent you.
Yes.
It keeps the lights on and it gives you a better deal. One more time, remember huluplus.com/TMOS. And I really, really want to see the results of you've gotten through all I Want to Marry Harry and you got to the end of the Dumb Girls.
Mike, not only did I do it, I friended the winner on Facebook.
Oh, wait. The chick that won?
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
That is a different level. That is a different level of creepy.
yeah,
Yeah,
isn't it
is.
though?
It is.
I'm sorry your show got canceled.
Well, you know
but I
what?
watched it online.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, if you know what I mean.
Listen,
those
Mike,
pictures
he's a
that HBS puts
he's
up?
a fake prince, but I'm a real podcaster.
Yes, wonderful.
It can't last.
Rob, someday those contacts, those friends that you have,
Right.
will benefit your show. I think it will.
They'll pay dividends.
No,
You'll
they'll-
actually have
I
them
think
come on sometime.
What will happen is they'll all be at my funeral. Fingers
That's
crossed.
a negative.
Fingers
That-
crossed.
Yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. So, getting back to what I was going to say in the last break before we started to talk to Oscar about his season tickets, and incidentally, I do think that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Regardless of how you feel about the success of the hometown team on the gridiron over the last few seasons, it's still, I think, the best ticket in Washington, D.C.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun. And who
I'm
knows?
committed to going to at least 90% of the. I initially wanted to sell them, And
Right.
then I said, well, this is the only year. I don't know if I'll re-up. I want to just see what the experience is like.
And
How
you
many
live in
times-
D.C.
Yes,
you
yes.
live
Yeah.
in D.C., so
Yeah.
going to the game is not hard for you to
Too
do.
bad the stadium's in Landover.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
But
but it's still easier.
that is the tough part.
Would you not agree from where you live and
Oh,
where
much
I
easier
live?
for him, yeah.
It's easier for him to get there. And all I can tell you, Oscar, is when you don't have your father with you,
Yes.
when you're there like with friends, just understand this, that, I know based on my friend Officer Jerky, who's had season tickets for many moons, it is I think, in the NFL, there is no bigger party than FedEx Field.
Oh, it
is.
actually has a great and bad reputation at the same time.
Do you think when you go out to see the Redskins, do you think you're going to be doing it by vehicle, or will you take mass transit to get out there?
Well,
Do you
my
get
plan.
parking?
I have a parking pass.
Okay.
So my plan is to, when I go with a loved one, I can DD. I don't have that problem.
Sure.
But when I go with another part of the package to go with me, if you're coming and I'm giving you a ticket, is you drive me.
I think that's
and
very valid.
You drive me home and you buy me some beers, but we'll have a good time regardless.
I had the same policy when I
Yes.
was the field announcer because I would get a separate pass.
Ooh.
And as long as I had a DD. Let me offer you this as
Yes.
a piece of advice because I went to every game for, I think, 4 or 5 seasons. The first time you go for a regular season game, really absorb the beauty of the field and the experience because you're going to hate it in November when they are statistically eliminated. And it is cold and miserable. But those first few games are amazing. You'll
think
have a
it'll be a lot of
blast.
fun.
Yeah.
When you get away from the fact that the parking lot is one of the most festive in the NFL,
Yes.
the fan experience is very close to the bottom.
It's the
as
worst.
far
It's
as,
the worst.
I
the
remember,
NFL.
I've
It's-
been to
it's the
games
worst.
before. It's not.
Yeah.
It's what's strange about it is you'll be the couple games I went to last season. I get excited because I hadn't. It's still a luxury for me. Sure. And I know
And you
that-
like the event.
Yeah,
You
and
like-
I
you
know
like the
I'll
event.
spend $150 in food and drink, and the tickets cost me who knows how much. But when you get there, and even at the beginning of the season, when your seats aren't full at kickoff,
Yeah.
you know that it's just the town we live in. It's
It
the
is.
town we live in that they'll come in where they're good and ready, and they're doing what they need to do outside, and that's that.
They'll stay for most of the second quarter, and they'll leave during the third quarter.
I'll probably leave early, though. I do not blame them for that.
Oh, that's the worst.
What's cool though about your new two of your new hobbies, you can actually combine them. Go to the game by bicycle. You and Shannon ride your bikes to the game. I bet you could weave in between cars leaving the parking lot.
If people really want to know what the C and B scene fan experience of a Redskins game is like, if you're ever lucky enough to make it to the club level, which is, it is not an outside stadium, it is actually a series of couches
Leather
and leather
couches,
chairs and all
yeah.
that. I have more often than not seen people sleeping in a leather chair during a football game.
Well, here
on
it is.
the club level.
As a sports fan and a fan of the NFL, there is no better TV experience in professional sports than the NFL.
It was
as far
designed,
as the amount of cameras.
The
It was
sport
designed
was
for it.
designed for TV and vice versa.
You would think. And the thing is, you watch this and you go to a game, and after the initial excitement of being there and being in the stadium, you realize that it's hard to see in a lot of cases. You don't follow the game as well as you
Not
would
with Richard's
certain
tickets.
other sports. Richard's got good ones, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got really, really good tickets. But ultimately, it's not as good as watching it on TV.
Yeah,
You're right.
I've had that battle, that inner struggle where you're like, okay, is it worth the drive, the headache? But I'm also in a point in my life where it's almost like a crossroads where I don't know if I'm ever going to have a chance in the next few years to commit every Sunday to go.
If you got to grab it, now's the time.
Now's
to
the
grab
time
it.
to do it, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
you're right. You're right.
Sooner than later, God willing, I'll have a family. I'll get married, and I'm just not going to be able to dip out on a Sunday all day. And
Yes.
I couldn't
You
do
know?
it now. I couldn't do it
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
And not to mention, someday you might be studying on Sunday. You know that.
Yes,
that
that's
might
true.
be
Very
happening
true,
as
yeah.
well. So the thing is, what it is.
Do you mean like a holy book?
Oh,
No,
well, he's,
no.
The fact
He's
is,
right.
Oscars, Oscars got lots of plans.
Understood.
Oscar is never. There's no vacation, no off switch.
No,
He's
you're right.
constantly thinking about that. Me, I am ultimately, at my age, I am preparing for my eventual demise.
That's right. But
I
you're
am
keeping
putting my
Sundays
family-
open because you're still a decent kicker.
I am putting my family in positions where their life will be better when I'm gone, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm thinking.
It's the most selfless thing you can
an
do.
open
Mike.
invitation to
Rob.
anybody in the room except for Mac. I'm just kidding, Mac. That if Mike, you want to come up for a Sunday, you want to go to a game, pick a game, we'll take care of that.
I think that's a good. I'd
Yeah,
love to
absolutely.
do it with you. With you, I would
Rob,
go. With you, I would go.
Pony Boy, Mac. we can definitely go to a game together.
There is a young man in Prince William County that's crying right now. If you don't mention a man named Mr. Ford.
No.
Really?
Is he a Redskins? Whoa! You wouldn't take Ford?
No.
Could you mention Matt?
He would want it too much. You know, I don't like that. I don't like.
Wow.
I don't like how eager he is.
Yeah,
He would want it too much.
You'll pardon the phrase, but you want him to be a little less hungry?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants
Sure,
it
I'll
too
undo your
much.
trousers, Mr. Santana.
Oh, dear.
No, I'm kidding. You know I love you, Rob.
And of course, let's not forget the fact that Johnny Businessman over there, he's going to network.
Yeah, I got
Clients.
to take some
Network
clients,
with
man.
people
That's
and
right.
Take some clients, so we can get the write-off. That'll happen too. And you know what might be nice?
Yes.
I can be thoughtful too. One of these days might be kind of cool to take old Richard to it.
I told Richard, I said, you pick a game, we can go.
Did he say yes?
He said that he'll let me know.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and I said, it's him or his son. He goes, maybe my son will go. I said, whoever you'd like, we'll work it out.
He wouldn't want to impose. Cigar? Yeah, there.
Bless you,
I'm
bless
sneezing
you.
because I'm
Bless you,
vaping
Mike.
with my cigar. Sorry about that. Before we get on to the latest show on the More Network that I want to talk about again, I want to mention the trip up to the Time Warner
in Bangor.
cable store. And it is a circuitous route to get to this. You got to take this exit, then go down this back road, then go into the warehouse district, and then you finally
Is
get in there.
Bangor where we went for fireworks?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a bigger part of the city.
There's
obviously,
a
than
there's
the
a
fireworks
city
store.
part that's right on the river. We didn't get that far.
On
we were
the river.
on the river. We were in Brewer. We were in Brewer, Maine, and
Okay.
I get there, and a guy comes in, and he is out of a book up here. He walks in, and he's got all of his equipment, and his equipment looks as though it was purchased when cable was a baby. It is sitting there. Everything's black. And, he sits there and he goes, and all I overheard, and I study it, I hear him up there and he's having a discussion about channels.
Channels?
And he says, and he's just using the numbers. And he's not mentioning the actual stations that he wants, like HGA. He said, well, right now, I get 1 through 65. I get 1 through 65. I don't need anything. And he said, well, do you want? Nope. I don't need anything over 65. There's no need for that. I don't want that anyway. I said, well, you did this. If you get the specific one, you're going to be okay with this. It's going to be great. He said, no, I don't need to be great. I just want. If you give me 1 through 65, I'm going to be fine like this. And is this machine the one machine that gets 1 through 65?
The cable machine, Mike, yeah.
Can I keep this one? And it said, well, you probably would want to upgrade to high definition. I don't need any of that. I just want 1 through 65, and I'll be fine. I'll be good to go. And he's got one of the great uniform staples of the state of Maine, which is the jeans with the belt and the suspenders.
Oh,
One of my favorite look, and he's wearing what appears to be a polo shirt from the mid 1970s. That it's not a polo shirt; it's a sports shirt, like a golf shirt.
All right.
So he's wearing the golf shirt, and he's got the belt, and he's got the crew cut, which is another. It's just like yeah, that's fine. All right, if I can do that, well, then when I do that, he said, and then the last part of it, I watched the thing that we see in grocery stores where they conclude their business. And he begins the check writing process.
Oh,
no. Which is 15 minutes. 15 minutes of writing the check, double checking what he's making the check out to, tearing the check off. Then he takes his little receipt, he tears that off, and he puts it in his wallet.
Wow.
It was a show.
People
I
don't
loved
write
that
checks
show. It
anymore.
was
Now, I've got a
fantastic.
quick. When you go up there and you get to Bangor
Yes.
and you get to does it actually say Time Warner or does it say Time Warner?
No, see, they don't do it. And I don't go to places that do that.
I know,
If,
like
if a place
Lobstop.
says, we sell LOBSTAH, you can suck it. You can suck it right there.
You should have said that to the man.
Right.
If
and
you're
then
done writing that check, you
But
can
I did-
suck it.
Oscar, you probably saw this place. On the road from Bangor, there is a little place that sells seafood. And I actually bought 2 live lobsters for my betrothed and I to have a lobster dinner last night here in Gull Cottage. And it's the best way when it's just you and your significant
That's
other,
sweet.
Sure.
and the baby is asleep, and we got 2 2-pound lobsters each.
Now that's pretty big, right?
Yeah,
2
it was
pounds, yeah.
2 pounds each, and we ate them. And nobody around. It was kind of
No
dark
one's
in Gull Cottage's
judging.
dining room. No
That's
one's judging.
Yeah.
Just
Shirt's messed up. No one cares.
Yeah, you got to the
Tore
kitchen and the
into them.
stove worked.
Yeah. I had Carla go down to the beach and get seawater to cook them in. It was fantastic.
Is that really
Yeah.
that's the native way to do it, right?
Oh, there is no other way, my friend. There is no other way to cook that kind of beast. I still have the pang of sadness, though, when I put him in head first to the boiling water, because you are taking another one of God's creatures' lives.
A lesser
Shannon would be
creature.
mortified. She
Yeah.
would be mortified if she saw
Yeah,
that.
she would hate it more if it was her. It's a
you see
lesser
that?
creature.
You see that little tail at the end when they're, just a little bit saying, bye-bye.
Yeah. You know what I say to
Go
the lobster? I say a life well served.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't have any.
And
No,
you
not at
also there must be some sort of I guess peace that the fact that he's not just on some rando's plate, he's on a radio god's plate.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, thank you, Oscar. Yeah,
And he came
of course,
from
I'm sure that's
seawater.
what he was thinking. What a wonderful.
You say he came from seawater and I returneth
Such a
to
tool.
seawater
You are such a tool.
with a flicker of the tail.
So I want to say a couple of words before we go to break here about the latest show on the More Network, and it's the next big thing. We're really, really excited about it. I know that things are winding down for the premiere of the Tony Perkins Show. For all of you that have watched Good Morning America, for all of you that watch TV in Washington, D.C., Tony has been on TV for all of his career.
Yes.
And Tony is a wonderful human being. I graduated from the aforementioned American University with Tony. He's guested on our show. It's always fun when he guests. He is really a talented guy. And you got some in the can that are ready
Yeah.
for a broadcast, right,
Gentlemen,
Oscar?
our vision for more broadcasting was always the cream of the crop and to bring truly talented people that were either broadcasters or radio guys in their own right and give them a home to really kind of craft their own show.
A platform.
A platform. And I with pride and really, when I get out after they're done with their show, I walk out on cloud nine. Gary Stein, his co-host, and Tony
So
Perkins.
funny. Gary Stein is such a
Both
funny guy.
these guys, there's true chemistry. They're professionals, and I think I can't tell you what you're gonna like, but I think and I hope that once you hear these shows, you'll see their true passion for this craft and the talent that both these men bring to the table.
When you've got a guy like Tony, who I've worked with for years, Tony's done stand-up comedy, and Tony has always, always, always loved what we do. He has wanted a vehicle.
And
to
he's
do
an
it.
old radio guy. He used to
And
be a
he's-
radio guy.
Yeah, he used to produce for Donnie
Yes.
Simpson way back in the day. And the fact is, Tony has already told me many, many times that he loves the kind of radio we do, the freedom. So you're going to get a guy that pretty much is confined to that TV world who lets his hair down a little bit.
Fun and funny.
And you never know what direction it's going to
Yes.
go, and I'm excited about it.
My favorite thing when I listen to it is I think all the shows that we have under our umbrella, they feature the personalities that are part of the shows. We would listen to Rob and Joe. If you're listening to It's Mickey, or you're listening to this show. When Gary,
By the way, with Mickey Coachella, when's the next It's Mickey show?
I think he's done 2 a week.
Christmas
He's-
special.
Something like that. He's
doing-
working on it.
He's doing 2 a week.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got 2 a week.
Yeah, well, just hang in there, Mickey.
He's got some businesses he's opening. He's a little
Yeah,
busy.
he's doing some
Yeah.
vaping up there in Baltimore. Yeah, that's
But
right.
when you really have a show that allows the personality to bloom and flourish, and you hear the personality of not just Tony, but Tony with Gary.
Yeah.
Gary was Tony's field producer at Good Morning America, so they've been together for a long time. They have 1,000 stories, and together the funny is exponential. It's just such a great.
Now,
chemistry.
isn't Gary Stein also a stand-up comedian? He's done stand-up.
He's done
hasn't he?
acting. He's done stage managing.
Producing.
All
producing-
failures. All failures.
But Mike, he keeps trying, and that's
Right.
what's great.
And they're so committed that Gary drives down from right outside New York City.
Yep.
He's from New Jersey, but he drives down to do the program.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
the type of commitment that these two gentlemen have. You will not just get one show this coming week, and we'll have Tony on next week to promote it as well.
Cool.
But you will get 3 shows. 3 shows, 3 one-hour programs, so you can wet your whistle on the Tony Perkins Show featuring Gary Stein.
You will love it. It's funny stuff.
Please tell people that this is a show we're really getting behind on the More Network. We want you to check it out. It's it's something that's been in the works for a long time. When we announced after, I think it was November, the new shows that we were going to have, and nice to know that they have all delivered product
Yes.
for us, and we're very happy about that. The Rob and Katie show also, you guys are doing gangbusters too. You're enjoying it, and
It's a
you know,
blast. It's a
you're
wonderful,
finding your
fun
rhythm with her as well, right? You haven't killed her yet, have you?
She's at home, my home, locked in a closet.
Yeah.
And
Very good.
we let her out for 90 minutes a week. Actually, we missed a show last week because of a scheduling hiccup, but one will drop today, right, Pony? And it's ready for you every Wednesday. I think we're up to our 24th show.
The only thing that'll stop cake and cookies is the liver failure. That's what it's going to be.
We do like
How
to
many-
tip a few before we go.
Yes, that you know, and really, thank God for this show, where, to the best of my knowledge, we all show up sober
Yes.
on a daily basis, and I
Well-
think that's important. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you're not sure, but also Rob and Joe. You know, I got to know these guys. I tell you, I have trouble finding all the time in my week to listen to these shows, but I do. I listen to every single one of them, and I tell you, they're
This
all
man is
fantastic.
lying.
No, I
Thank
think
you.
his favorite, I think, though, is, of
Well-
course, America.
Omericast, that's my favorite. I enjoy that. We will take a break. News you may not need coming up next on the Mike O'Mara Show. And while you're waiting, I sure hope that you clap for the Wolfman, everybody.
Clap for the Wolfman. He gon' reach your record.
Hey everybody, it's Rob and Joe. I'm Rob, the better looking and funnier of the two.
I think you have that backwards. I, Joe, am considered better looking and funnier.
I don't know about that. Well, who's the smarter one?
Smarter, we're both morons.
Very true. We are both idiots. And you can listen to us idiots every week at robandjoeshow.com, on iTunes, Stitcher, and on the new Mike O'Mara Show app.
Rob Stummer.
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Face it, shaving is a pain. It's uncomfortable with the nicks and the cuts and all the nastiness. I was so excited when I received my little package from Harry's.com. Harry's is a brand new sponsor of the Mike O'Mara Show, and if you haven't noticed, razor blades are outrageously expensive.
Yes.
Harry's.com was started by two guys who wanted a better product without having to pay a small fortune to get it. You go into a drugstore, you look at those razors behind that plexiglass, and it is ridiculously expensive. Harry's makes their own blades. In fact, they purchased their own factory in Germany so they could cut out the middleman and provide the best high-quality, high-performing German blades. They are crafted by shaving experts and available at a fraction of drugstore costs. And Rob Spiewak shaves his big old melon. That's an amazing surface area that Rob shaves every day.
It is the best razor I've ever held in my hand. You can sometimes cheat when you shave with a cheap razor, not when you shave your head, because it is not a forgiving surface. I have never had an easier time with a razor. It's a pleasure to use the products from Harry's.
Harry's razors are better for your face and your wallet. They're about half the price of other big brand blades. The starter set is an amazing deal. For $15, you get a razor, moisturizing shave cream, and 3 razor blades with free shipping. Mine arrived a couple of weeks ago up here in Maine. I've been shaving with my Harry's razor ever since. Why are you paying $32 or more for an 8-pack of blades when it's
Right.
half that price at Harry's? There is the simple truth. There is absolutely no reason to go to a drugstore and spend $32 when you get it for half that price. On average, an everyday shaver saves $150 a year on blades using Harry's instead of other blades. And remember, Harry's blades are the best. Experience a clean, close, comfortable shave today with Harry's. Go to harrys.com now, and Harry's will give you $5 off if you type in our code TMOS with your first purchase. That means the starter set is $10.
$10
That's
to your door, Mike. That's it.
HARRYS.com and enter coupon code TMOS at checkout for this limited time offer and start shaving better today, everybody.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need. A comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, news you may not need.
Strange news today all over the place. There are a lot
Weird.
more bored, repressed housewives in this country than I thought. And this is my lead story because 50 Shades of Grey had the best opening week of any trailer so far this year.
What? They can gauge that?
Yes. Now we are tracking opening week numbers for trailers. According to a tracking firm called Zephyr, it racked up 36.4 million YouTube views since it was released last Thursday. I don't know what this says about the potential for box office, but I think it's going to be an amazing blockbuster based on how many people are interested in seeing this. And I have gotten more feedback from guys trying to explain to me. There's a guy that was bitching at me about the fact that this glorifies abuse and it's not consensual and all this. So I didn't read the book, so I don't know what I was talking about, so I couldn't respond to the guy.
In a related story, Mike, prices and sales of mops have soared this week.
Oh, God, that's so gross.
Yeah.
That's so gross. That's nasty.
I withdraw the remark.
Forbes.com released their list of country music's top earners. Would you like to know who's number one?
Is it Charlie Pride?
It's not Charlie Pride.
Oh, I give up then.
Toby Keith.
Toby Keith. Licorice Hat.
Toby Keith.
Absolutely.
Country makes some money. He pulled in $65 million over the past 12 months.
Wow.
Oddly, it's the same amount he made the previous year. His fortune comes from his ownership in Show Dog Records, the I Love This Bar and Grill restaurants. Plus, do you know any of the I Love This Bar and Grill
because
restaurants?
he has I Love This Place.
Yeah.
I think, Mike, if you ever want to really treat yourself, look up some Yelp reviews of his restaurants.
Plus record sales, touring, and sponsorship deals. Who would have thought? Toby Keith, of all of them.
Does he do the barbecue pizza thing with Pizza Hut? Does he have the Pizza Hut alliance?
I don't think he does. He may.
That's maybe another.
I
That's
can
another
confirm.
Licorice Hat, please. Yeah.
Taylor Swift was right behind him at number 2, earning $64 million. Her wealth came from touring, record sales, plus sponsorship deals with Diet Coke, Keds, and CoverGirl.
Wow.
And rounding out the top 3, Kenny Chesney was third at $44 million, which is impressive considering he spent most of the year in the studio. So when he gets out there to tour, he'll make even more.
The money is in the touring, yeah.
Mike the Situation Sorrentino. I hate any story that starts with that name.
He's great. Talented.
Mike the Situation Sorrentino was sentenced to 12 weeks of anger management on Monday after fighting with his big brother. Okay, question for you. He gets 12 weeks of anger management.
Right.
No big whoop. I still think scam.
That's part
I
of
feel
their
like
show.
the whole thing
He's got
is
the
a
new
scam.
show coming out.
It's called The
Yeah.
Sorrentinos or something. It's about his family, right?
A quick
Well, I think they're on already, aren't they? I've seen the Sorrentinos.
Is it premiered already?
Isn't it on the TV Guide channel?
Oh, that's right. I was like, I didn't see
Yeah.
it on TV.
Yeah.
I think I've seen those two guys with their weird noses.
Quickly, it's Blake Shelton that has a partnership with Pizza Hut.
Oh, man, it's great. They've been barbecue sauce right on the pizza.
Well, this is the news story that the former Jersey Shore star, 32, was arrested last month after getting into a physical altercation with his sibling at the family's tanning salon.
Of course. He's 32. You know, that somehow makes it worse. I wouldn't be so angry if he was like 24, but he's 32. Come on.
During the dispute, the Situation accused Frank of not running the store correctly.
Hey, come on. Yous blew it.
So I had to go in there and clean house in more ways than one.
What a jerk.
Total scam. But
Do you know what
that's,
the premise is? I'm looking at the...
Yeah, they run a tanning salon.
Yeah,
and they're stupid.
no. It's so they set up like reality television's biggest star. What happens when a show gets canceled? He goes home to his family. Waka 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 waka.
And
waka,
gets
waka.
another reality show.
Yes.
So it's really sort of a dead issue.
Tomorrow on the show, I'd love to talk about just reality TV in general and whether
Okay.
you think it's going to last. Or we might cover that on the bonus show this week. It just seems to me that the saturation level is so extreme now that maybe we'll get lucky and it'll go away. 51-year-old Edna Aguayo is a retired cop who lives in Queens, New York, and she's always felt like she'd win the lottery someday because a psychic told her it would happen. Edna was at an amusement park 16 years ago, and a fortune teller said to buy as many lottery tickets as she could for as long as it took. That's kind of a commitment by a psychic, don't you think?
Did the fortune teller sell lottery tickets? Was she just trying to drum up business?
No, but the fortune teller said that Edna would eventually win big, which is, I would think really if you're a psychic, that's an irresponsible way to handle a client
True.
no matter
Yep.
what, even though it's not a reputable business. Anyway, Edna took her advice, and she's been buying lottery tickets ever since. Specifically, the psychic told her to buy the kind where you win cash for life, meaning you get a certain amount of money every week or every month, which is pretty weird because Edna just won, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Yay!
wow.
Good for her.
Yes, Edna won. Amazing. 2 weeks ago, she matched all 6 numbers on a lottery ticket, and the prize was $1,000 a day for the rest of her life.
That's so cool.
Wow, weekends
that is,
too?
That is over 200.
Just work days.
Weekends. Rob, the funny thing about Robbie, you would really ask that. Too.
Yeah, because he's doing the math.
weekends?
He's doing the math.
I was doing the
Weekends
math
too.
in my head.
Does it include weekends?
Holidays, legal holidays.
Terry normally works there. All right, that's over $227,000 a year after taxes. $1,000 a day for life.
That's for
That's
life.
great. Very, very exciting. It's July 29th, and you know what that means, right?
Of course.
What's that?
You tell us.
Stores should be fully stocked with their back-to-school stuff, right?
Right.
Already?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Well,
man.
guess what Costco says, Rob?
What? They say, come on in.
No, they say F that. A photo has surfaced from a Costco that's already stocking on July 29th. It's Halloween stuff.
Oh, no.
No, too early.
Yeah, they don't know where the
that
Costco
is
is
messed
in the
up.
picture. If you happen to go into a Costco and see Halloween stuff, will you check that out, Rob? Will
I
you be
will.
our roving reporter?
You know, I don't normally shop there, but maybe I'll swing by today.
Well, I guess the rule is if you see Halloween stuff in a Costco, buy it now because at Halloween they'll have the Valentine stuff out.
Exactly.
Can't candy go stale?
Not in my house.
Candy can't go stale, yes.
Never has.
Here's some random facts for you. Number one, Jim Carrey had the chance to play Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, but turned it down. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
What a dummy.
It conflicted with his filming schedule of Bruce Almighty, which he
Oh,
also thought was
my
going to be a
God.
big one.
He gave
oldest,
that up for
Cost
that?
him $250 million. I bet.
Jesus.
Number two, the oldest business in the world is a hotel called Hoshi Ryokan in Japan. It was founded 1,300 years ago in 718 AD. That is the oldest business in the world.
And we're still waiting on room service.
Number three, George W. Bush and Hugh Hefner are ninth cousins twice removed. I swear to God.
Wow.
Random fact.
That's
cool.
great.
Yes, once removed. Number four, based on the average life expectancy in the U.S., if you're 18 years old, you only have about 3,160 weekends left in your life. Isn't that depressing?
That is sad. That means
Oh
get to
my
Costco
God.
and buy your Halloween candy.
If you're 40, you only have 2,015 left. I'll have to break it out for 55. Do the math, Rob. And finally, number five, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the founders of Google,
Yeah.
they don't make any political contributions. They don't make any
Good
of them
for
at all.
them.
Nothing at all?
Good for
All
them.
12 Americans who are richer than they are all do make political contributions. So I guess that's a little
But
bit
I'm sure
honorable for
Google,
those
I mean,
guys.
don't they have a cartoon-sized office here in D.C. where they lobby? Lobby.
Yeah, see? You can
Yeah.
always find something
See?
there,
Yes.
boy.
Oscar knows.
And now a little something for you boys. If your reason to rob a store is that their beers are overpriced by 37.5 cents each, maybe you were just looking for any reason to rob a store.
Sounds like
34-year-old Herbert Lindsay of, here it is, Boynton Beach, Florida, went into a convenience store on Tuesday night and bought 2 cans of Sam Adams. The clerk rang them up and told him it was $3.75 total. Herbert was outraged. He thought the beers should be only $3. He was so angry that he pulled a gun on the clerk and stole a bunch of money from the register. The cops tracked Herbert down later that night. He said he'd just taken the money out of the register to get back what he overpaid on the beers. He is still locked up on an armed robbery charge. He also said he's obligated to do something stupid since he lives in Florida. Thank you. Thank you very much. There it is. Very good. We'll take a break. Come back with the Audio Vault and Rob Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We are brought to you today by Encore. This podcast has no better friends than the good people at Encore Insurance Services. And now you know that you need to have life insurance. You're aware of that,
Of
correct?
course, yeah.
But you keep stalling. Isn't that right?
Right.
Yes, well, don't stall. Go to Encore and help them out because they help us out. 866-347-5748 to get a free life insurance quote. Oscar says he can die now because he got his insurance through Encore Insurance Services.
And
We're all waiting.
It's super easy. They give you a concierge to walk you through it. They don't upsell you, and they give you the real numbers. They do all the work for you.
Right. Absolutely. Check it out like Oscar did. 866-347-5748. Call today, or you can go online to smartterm.com. That's SMARTTERM.com, and you'll find the license disclaimer and quality customer service there at Encore Insurance Services. Without further ado, let's open up the Audio Vault for today. This is Tuesday, July 29, 2014.
New feature on the Audio Vault today. Presto, Requesto, Request-O-Matic. I've got 2 tapes that come to you by way of request. The first one is by Oscar.
Thank you.
And this is in Canada. Have you ever heard of it? It sounds so goofy. The Bay of Exploits.
Presto, Requesto, Automatic.
Thank you.
What's it called again?
Presto, Requesto, Request-O-Matic.
Presto, requesto, requestomatic.
You said, now the announcer sounds annoyed.
Yeah, he does.
Presto, requesto, requestomatic.
This is like if dude walked around a pebble in his shoe.
Yeah.
This is the Bay of Exploits in Canada, Mike. A lady and her husband are on a boat by an iceberg.
Yeah.
The iceberg looks perhaps a little aged. Yeah.
Iceberg.
This is what it sounds like when a banshee witnesses global warming.
Yeah. So you can actually see the iceberg starting to crumble.
Run, Rick, go! Go!
Starting the boat.
Go! Go!
Poor Rick. Poor Rick.
Oh my God.
So what happens is
Right now you can see a wave.
There's a tidal wave chasing them from the impact of the iceberg crumbling into the ocean.
Yeah. An iceberg the size
are they
of
out? Are they out on their own, like in a little boat?
Yeah, they're like a center console.
Yeah, but they're okay.
Oh my God!
Yes.
And how big was the wave?
The wave was big enough to upset. The iceberg
You
itself
can
was
see
the
it.
size of the White House.
Can I make a requestomatic? Can
Sure.
you play it one more time,
You
please?
bet. That's how
I
we
just
play.
want to hear how this sounds.
Presto, requesto, requestomatic.
Again, poor Rick.
Yeah, he's married to this thing.
All right, let's listen.
Can you
to
turn
it.
up a little bit?
I turned it up so you could hear her scream.
Thank you.
Okay, a little piece has fallen. Now the whole thing's going.
Run, Rick, go! Go!
Starting the boat!
Go! Go!
Lovely voice.
Yeah.
Did they get caught?
No, they
they're
made it out
okay. They
safe.
lived to tell about it, Mike. They escaped the aptly named Bay of Exploits in Canada.
You see the tidal wave coming at them, though.
Yeah.
You
I
see
gotta check that
you see
video.
it.
Can we put that on our YouTube page?
We'll put that on our YouTube page. Absolutely.
Very good.
Now, Mike, your request, you requested this last week. We did not have time for it yesterday. Do you remember the lady on the slingshot ride at the amusement park?
Oh, I love this. Did you edit it?
Yeah, this is actually Rob Ford was kind enough to edit it
Oh,
for
Rob
us.
Ford.
Thank you,
Okay,
Rob.
this got some expletives, but I would like to point out, listen to the lady's southern accent. And she is big and fat, and her friend that's on the road is big and fat, and the friend is just laughing her ass off, and this lady is completely freaked out. They release the lady at the moment they tell her to check her seatbelt.
Yeah, here
That's
we go.
when they press the button.
And
This
you
is
know
great.
they've done that shtick a million times.
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic.
Here we go in 3. Oh, God. And I didn't go nowhere. I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to do this, Courtney. Oh, my God. Just go. Just go. I'm scared.
All right, y'all just check your seatbelt real quick.
Oh, you didn't check it? Did you check it?
I ain't checked it yet. Just hold on.
As you check it.
Oh, son of a bitch! I wasn't ready! I wasn't f***ing ready! They got me! Check my seatbelt! They got me! Check my seatbelt! Son of a bitch! Get me down! Get me down! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Get me down! Oh no! No, please get me down! Oh no! Oh no, it's over! This one worth $75! This one worth it! Get me down! Oh no! No! Are you Yes! That motherfucker lied. He told me to check my seatbelt. I was checking it. I wasn't ready. I wasn't even holding on.
Mike, I was checking it. I was checking it.
Oh, that's the
That
best.
lady-
I watched that like 9 times. It was ridiculous.
That lady must know Rick's wife.
Yeah, I think so.
and
Mike,
the iceberg.
that's the way you play Presto, Requesto, Requestomatic. And you know, I know there's just a tragedy in America. The kids are too fat. We have obese children. Thank God in Dubai they're doing something about it.
Dubai has started a program. They have started a program that will give children gold in exchange for losing weight. Can you imagine if we had that program in America? All across the country, children would have no gold.
That's your magic going ball, Mike. Have a great Tuesday. This concludes our broadcast day, but dry your eyes. It's not goodbye, just so long. You can always write us a letter. Send it to TMOS, P.O. Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia 20177. Email all technical queries to ponyboy@MikeO'MaraShow.com. And if you'd like to be part of the legendarily popular Thursday mailbag segment, drop a line to the Yali one, Rob@MikeO'MaraShow.com. Remember, the official TMOS e-voice line remains at 800-440-8167, open all the time with no waiting. That's it. We got to get out of here. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying see you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
This episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Hulu Plus. Watch your favorite shows anytime, anywhere with Hulu Plus on your TV or on the go with your smartphone or tablet. Shows like Family Guy, Once Upon a Time, New Girl, Scandal, and more. Right now, you can try Hulu Plus for free for 2 weeks when you go to huluplus.com/TMOS or click the banner on our website. That's huluplus.com/TMOS. Now scram.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.